Good morning, everyone. It is just after 9, so we'll go ahead and get started. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ashley, and I have been a social media marketer for the past coming up on 8 years. It'll be 8 years in July. I started freelance work in 2014, and this has been my primary income, my solo income for the past 2 years. I went out on my own in January 2018. So it's super exciting to make this my full-time career. I grew up in Rapid City and have a 14-year-old son and two stepdaughters. One is 18 and the other is 13. And my husband, John, and I were married on March 21st. So we uninvited everyone from the ceremony. We had the minimum amount of people that we needed in order to get legally married. And we had a COVID-19 wedding. um, so that's just a little bit about me. The best part about my job is being able to help small businesses and entrepreneurs. And that's really what this presentation is about. And that's really what Elevate is all about. And so I wanted to thank Rachel and Shiloh and everyone at Elevate Rapid City for doing such a great job for the community and the small businesses within Rapid City and the Black Hills, and for allowing me to present to you today, for inviting me to do this. And I hope that all of you are able to learn something new. The first obvious thing is, if you haven't taken your business online already in some capacity, you need to right now. But of course, as everyone else is now going digital or is now really pushing their online and their digital products, how are you supposed to stand out? That's what I'm hoping to be able to help you with today. So the things that everyone is really doing, everything that is happening already, video calls and chats, meetings just like this one, online ordering, to go / carry out, contact-free deliveries, gift cards, discounts. Those are really kind of the initial and the yes, we got to do it. Everybody should be doing these kinds of steps. But when it comes to standing out, here are a couple major takeaways for you, or that I really wanted to hit home. Content is king, specifically in social media. Highlight how you can help, not just, sale, discount, this is what we're doing, but, kind of try and highlight, what you're able to do to help not only your customers, but possibly the community. Communicate the benefits and the problems that your services and your products solve. Be personable about it. Connect with your customers. You are going to know who your customers are. If it's a stay-at-home mom, if they're teachers, if they're nurses, if they're, construction workers, if they're businessmen, if they're lawyers, how they think, how they behave, what their daily life is like. So get a little bit more personable, other than just, hey, we're doing a 25% off of office supplies kind of thing. You know what I mean? You still want to communicate that you're doing deals and specials, but if you can get on another level, that's going to help you stand out with them. Remain positive in your content, but not necessarily ignorant. Obviously, if you're sharing any information about COVID-19 or any government policies or any facts or treatments or news or anything like that, now is the time to be very responsible about it. There is a ton of fake news on social media that gets spread like wildfire. Well, like a virus, punny. And I think that it's really, really important, to share factual information, fact check that information. And if you're unsure, don't share it. People, I've been in social media for 8 years now, and for 6 of those, I kind of, I've had my own business. And it's something that I preach all the time is, if you don't know if it's actual fact or you can't back it up, don't share it. it just, it creates a lot of misinformation, and then there's clarification that has to happen, and it just ends up being a mess. So be responsible. But of course, if you are very well versed on COVID-19 and you've been following everything from the beginning, and you know great ways to help prevent or slow or anything like that, please, I mean, share that information, of course. Photos should be well lit, clear, and relevant to the post and to our time right now. So what that means is some photos that you might want to avoid are anything with a crowd, people hugging, concerts, anything that might promote a social gathering, office spaces, etc. Anything that might make people kind of go, wait, we're told not to be doing that, but here's this picture, you know. So that's something to be aware of. Live videos are a great way to engage customers and clients. And I know it's a little awkward for people, but you can do this with a webcam on your desktop. You can use your smartphone. It's truly, truly easy and accessible in order to go live. It can be a little awkward at first, so I recommend you can change your privacy settings to only you on the post or on the video, so you can practice, which I recommend practicing. It's like any other presentation or any time that you're talking to someone, you want to practice. Have a point. I know some people can kind of they go live and then they just ramble the whole time. So have a takeaway, have a point. It doesn't have to be a 45-minute long video. It doesn't even have to be a 5-minute long video. If you can do a quick live for a couple minutes, you're good. I mean, Instagram has video feeds capped at a minute, you know, so you don't have to feel like you have to be on display for a whole long time with that. If you're uncomfortable doing live, record yourself. Do a recorded video and post it. Try not to overanalyze yourself though, because in the beginning, everybody's awkward and weird. You're gonna realize that, oh, I look like that. Yes, you do all the time. It's fine. But live is a great way to help stand out. Your customers are gonna get a notification that you're going live. And it's something that I haven't seen a lot of businesses do in our area. And so I think that it's really important to embrace this, especially since video is so huge in our mobile consumption. Utilize stories on Instagram and Facebook, especially on Instagram. It's a new dynamic, well, not really new, I shouldn't say new. It's a dynamic way to be sharing content with your customers. It's a way to get engagement. Some of the big influencers on YouTube are using their Instagrams to, hey, you're gonna plan my day. And that's literally everything from what I eat for breakfast, what I wear, do I shower, do I put on makeup, do I go to the store, do I eat, or do I order takeout? Do I do this or do I do that? That kind of thing. And so that can kind of be like an interesting way to engage with people. Share your personality or your business's personality. And what I mean by that is creating a personality for your business, which sounds a little odd, but really it's, if your business were a person, what would that person be like? And that's kind of your launch pad for, you know, how is this person going to, or person, quote unquote, your business, how would they interact with people? How would they be on social media? Maybe you as an individual, you are more introverted, shy, and quiet, and your business personality is loud and fun and just, you know, out there and is friends with everybody and isn't afraid to talk to a stranger or anything like that. But that's kind of what you're looking at is your personality, if you are your business, or your business's personality, if you're separating yourself from your business, and then sharing that on social media. I hope that was clear. The biggest thing that I have for anyone is do not go silent. This is something that people want to do. It's a knee-jerk reaction. You know, I mean, your sales aren't coming in, door swings aren't happening. You still have payroll to meet. You still have all of your bills to meet as we as we see what kind of relief the government is able to provide. And so marketing gets pulled first, but you don't want to do this. You don't want to be forgotten. You don't want people to think you're closed. You want people to remember you, and you want people to see you. So continue to do your content, continue to market yourself. And social media is a very, very affordable way to do that. So some new ways and some things that I ended up brainstorming with a couple different businesses here in town. One of them was actually Black Hills Works. They had a fundraiser last year that they obviously canceled. It involved groups of people getting together and traveling throughout the community. So they're like, no, nixing that. Unfortunately, that meant that some of their sponsors had pulled out, and potential fundraising revenue was lost because the event didn't happen. So as an alternative, an idea that I threw out there was, you know how you go to an event and you pay $30 for your ticket, and you go and you have a meal and you hear a presentation about what the organization has done, the goals and the achievements that they've had. And then there's envelopes around there asking, hey, if you feel like contributing more or contributing at all to this, go ahead and here's a donation envelope, or here's how you can do it electronically. So same kind of mentality, just you take it online, right? So you sell tickets to this event, you have a Zoom presentation, same presentation as before. And then in place of the quote unquote meal people would be receiving, buy a gift card, buy a $10 gift card from a local business and mail it out to them as thank you for attending the event. So you're charging 30, you're giving back 10, you still see a little bit of a profit there, or as far as fundraising efforts go. Virtual raffles and drawings, there's software out there that exists where you can still, again, get donations from businesses, get donations from other people, and do raffles and online drawings. A self-isolation selfie contest. An example that I gave, if you're a pet supply store and you want to do some sort of contest for toys or food or treats or anything like that, at any increment you want, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, until this is over, that kind of thing. But people can tag your business and use a specific hashtag and then say, take a selfie of you and your pets and post it on social media and tell us a little bit about your pet, and you'll be entered into this drawing for this prize. Thank you cards, handwritten thank you cards. If you are, this kind of depends on your business. If you've got 10,000 clients, it might be a little bit hard to do handwritten thank you cards. But thank you cards, handwritten, it's a nice touch. It's kind of going back to basics before email and things like that. Thank you email would also qualify. Even if you have your customers' telephone numbers, it could be worth a shot. I know, unfortunately, I am someone who doesn't answer the phone for unknown numbers, but if your customer base happens to be older or in the senior age, they would probably really appreciate a phone call. Especially, I know some businesses, their clientele are the senior homes that are now shut down and isolated. This could be a great way just to touch base. They're probably wanting to talk to somebody, Again, with the thank you cards on that same line, you could do personalized video messages or shout outs, either privately through a messaging service like Facebook Messenger or text, or even just doing a shout out on your social media page saying, hey, thank you to your customers. And then one specifically that can help you as well is ask for reviews. Ask your customers to see if they can see if they're willing to share a review on Google, on Facebook, on Yelp, TripAdvisor, wherever you happen to be, and then take those reviews and repurpose it on your platforms. Remind people why they should choose you for business. It's a really good tactic, in my opinion. Just those testimonials, those peer-to-peer reviews really do speak a lot as you share them. So some examples that I found within the community, And a lot of these are thanks to Elevate's Rapid City to Go Facebook group. So if you're not part of that group yet, you absolutely want to be. There's a ton of people in there. I get to say I was one of the few people that got in there first. Yay. and but it's just really cool because I'm learning about a lot of small businesses in our community that I didn't even know existed. And so that's really exciting, but it's also a great way to see what other people are doing and get some ideas. This is a local restaurant. I got to give these people troops or props. They've been absolute troopers in all of this. Juniper, the owners have gone through one heck of a time trying to open. And then their grand opening was March 19th. And then COVID-19 really hit its full force here in Rapid City. So I got to give these people, you know, just a shout out for their high spirits and their positivity as they keep moving forward. But they are doing takeouts or carry out orders for a 3-course meal, which is kind of neat. I haven't seen that yet. And they're also giving the option to pair it with a bottle of wine, obviously 21 or older. And then they're also doing macro meals, which are basically just meal options that have been broken down for people who are monitoring their macro intake, which are fat, carbs, and proteins. But that's really cool. I've seen, since I pulled these images, I have seen other restaurants specifically posting their menus, which I think is really helpful, because in marketing and advertising and in sales, my advice is make it simple. Keep it super, super simple for people. Do not make them think. Do not make them do more work than they have to in order to do business with you, because the only way they're going to do extra steps is if they really, really love you. So the easier that you can make it is saying, here, this is what you should have for lunch. People are going to be like, oh, that's what I should have for lunch. That kind of mentality. This next example I absolutely love. It's from Victoria's Garden. They are sending a free virtual bouquet to anyone who you have their email address to. Now, talk about giving positivity out to the world. It's not costing them anything. I mean, they're digging from their photo library that they have for their social media, and they're sending a nice message to someone. I mean, this is great. This is something that people are going to remember the business by. They're going to remember what they did. They're going to be exposed to their products and services. And it's just really cool. I thought that this idea was absolutely great. StarSpangled Banner has put together take-home cupcake decorating kits. So these are really cool, especially for bakeries. Like, hey, how can we still push out product? How can we still be making sales in a sanitary way? What can we be doing? And so this kit is awesome. I think kids would really like it. Well, I know some adults who would really like it. To be able to still enjoy their product, still support a small business, and have a little fun with it. So this is one Suzette Picard. A lot of you probably know her if you've been around with the chamber for a long time. Suzette, I call her Ms. Black Hills because she knows everything and everyone in our area. She's awesome. If I have a question, I ask her quite a bit. So what this is she went off and she's a realtor with Black Hills Realty, and she is awesome. But when everything just started to kind of go down, she started posting that she's doing video tours. When she realized that people were getting nervous, she started video home tours, and I think that that's perfect. So anytime that you could incorporate the same, maybe your job does tours, maybe you have a very visual product, or there's a product or service that you need to demonstrate. That's great video content. I think that this is just a great idea. You can do them one-on-one with video calls. For those of you who don't know, of course, Facebook Messenger allows you to do video, but FaceTime is only Apple-to-Apple devices, but Google's Duo, D-U-O, is an app that you can download that works on Android and iPhone products. So as long as you both have that Google Duo app on your devices, it doesn't matter if you're Apple or Android, you can do a video call with each other. So that's kind of neat. Let's see here. And then shameless plug. I have been working on an online course for the past 3 years, or at least I've been saying that I want to do it. Um, and so I finally said, you know what? I got to do it. I've seen a decline in revenue in my own business as my clients or other businesses, they start to do that thing where they pull back on services or do something different. And so this is what I decided to do to help single entrepreneurs. Um, and it's something that if you have a talent or a skill or a knowledge set where you could create an online course, I think that this is a great way to go. So I will be doing everything through Facebook groups because it's free. And the course is all about social media. So that's kind of where we're going to be. But I know there's a ton of different resources out there that you can do. You can actually pay for a little bit more of a dynamic experience. I think it is Teachable one, I think, and Thinkific is another one. There's a bunch of different options, but an online course might be something to put together. Let's see here. This was awesome. So obviously no revenue generator here, but this was solely for the community, solely for the kids and the parents and the teachers. I thought that this was great. And we've seen a bunch of other schools in town do the same thing. South Canyon Elementary was the first post that I saw, so that's why I pulled it. But they are doing, they're doing tours, they're doing parades around the neighborhoods, decorating their cars and waving and saying hi. And so I just think that this is just a great thing to do, just to build morale, just to help with any kind of depression or isolation struggles, or just any kind of moment where you feel, or the kids might feel left out or that they're missing something. So I have to applaud the school districts and the schools for doing that. Absolutely. And then Breadroot Natural Foods Co-op. Love this store. They are great. But this is a great example of a post because it has staff in there. Kind of a funny photo, but it's showing what's going on. It's thanking the truck crew. It's thanking the staff. It is addressing COVID-19, but not in a sleazy way, if that makes sense. It's very, very real, and it's very, very relatable. And that's really kind of what you want to be targeting at. What I want to stress to everyone is we're, depending on your business, you're probably really used to immediate sales. If you get 100 door swings that day, you're going to end up with 75 sales. And that's amazing. Right now, that's not the case. You can't get those door swings right now. Other people are going online just as you are, and people's incomes are questionable. They're very unstable. They're very concerned right now. So now is the time to build. You're not going to see that immediate return, but you are going to be able to build that relationship and build that trust for when all of this blows over, people can come back to you, or when they have the chance. And so what I'm going to advise is start building up that customer base. If you don't have an email list already, start building one. There are some rules and conditions and things like that that I'm not going to go into here, but on collecting that information and sending it out. But you want to start building that client list. And this is something that I've been preaching to my clients for the last year and a half, primarily because when you're using mediums like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat and things like that to promote your business, you're completely reliant on those platforms. Last year, Facebook went completely out. Servers crashed twice, okay? And one of those times was extremely memorable because it was last March, March 2018, and Facebook servers went down, Instagram servers went down, everything went down, and I had clients emailing me saying, hey, we need to put a post out on Facebook saying that we're closing early due to the blizzard, and Facebook was down. And so had those clients invested in an email list or contact list of that sort, there would have been another way to at least distribute the information that they were closing early or canceling appointments or anything like that. So it really just gives you a way to control or have more control over the information that's being sent out. This is also a great time to be stocking up on content, taking some really great stylized photos, getting ahead in video, thinking about where you want to take your business once this is over. If you're possibly thinking about a rebrand or finally getting a brand, that's also a great project to be doing right now. Let's see here. Oh, Tammy, hi. Tammy left a comment here. Just wanted to let participants know that the Susie Kappa Art Center, part of Black Hills Works, is featuring artwork created by artists with disabilities for sale on its Facebook page. The gallery is closed, but they are all set to ship artwork. See, perfect, online sales. For those of you who don't have an online store or only want one temporarily, Square offers free ones. They do take credit card processing out of that. And it's super, super easy. You just need a Square account. That's one example. Facebook also has a Facebook shop. It's a little bit more challenging to put together just because it does require Facebook Pixel and the Facebook Business Manager. And if you know me, I'm not a huge fan of the Business Manager, but there are other options available to you for that. On the screen, you should be seeing my contact information. So if you have any questions or any kind of feedback that you'd like to provide for me, I would really super appreciate it. If you see something cool in the community, I'd love to see screenshots of it. I am on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube. Pick a social media platform and I'm on there and you can find me. LinkedIn. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you. Did anyone have any questions? Okay, well, I don't see anyone who has any questions. So if you think of something later, feel free to reach out and let me know. And yes, as Rachel stated, if you have any future topics that you want to hear about from me, maybe there's something specific or a specific platform, please let me know. Rachel has asked if I would like to present again, and I would absolutely love to. So yeah, everyone stay healthy and stay safe and have a great day.